Welcome to the Two Brew Review. This week we are checking out Double Damage. This is a Belgian double that I got, of course, in a growler. This is from Tonality Brewing Company out of Mundelein. This is the third brewery that's opened in a town of about 32,000 people. So I'm here for it. That's getting into like a Michigan town density in terms of breweries to people. So good job, Mundelein. So this beer, as you can tell, it's not been canned or bottled. It was actually available fresh on draft, but I had to go grab it because this beer won the silver medal in the 2024 World Beer Cup, which was held out in Las Vegas, I believe, this year. So the World Beer Cup, and I'll put a link to the site in the notes of this review, but that's often considered the Olympics of beer competitions. It's an annual beer tasting event. There's over 100 different beer styles. They award gold, silver, and bronze, although they don't always issue all the medals. There has been times when they feel that a certain beer doesn't, or the beers that are entered in a category don't quite measure up, so they don't award a gold. So it's at the judges' discretion. And the judges are folks who have been in the industry for quite a few years and have a refined palate. So they're kind of being judged by their peers. So pretty cool event, and it moves around from year to year. I think it's in Europe in some years, and it's in America here in other years. So if it shows up in your event in your locale next spring, check it out. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is a 64-ounce growler. A lot of places have gone to canning, including Tonality. They actually can a lot of their products in those 16-ounce cans, but this particular beer they did not have available in cans. So I got growler fresh from the brewery. So 64 ounces or 4 pourable pints. With your growler maintenance, make sure you bring it in there clean. Once you bring it home, keep it cold. When you open it up, decant it very gently so as not to discharge the CO2 that's in the beer, and keep it tightly sealed and continue to keep it cold for as long as you have beer in it. But hopefully you've got a few friends and you can pour it all out in one serving. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this guy. So this is already about halfway emptied. Thank you to somebody of drinking age in this household who snuck a couple of pints out of this when I wasn't looking, but hey, good on her. It's good to be married to somebody that likes good beer. So let's go ahead and get this into the glass. You can see, although I did get a release of CO2, a lot of the CO2 has already come out of this beer. So this beer, it's a little bit flat, does slightly, might impact the flavor characteristic a little bit, but I'm still getting, I can smell the aromatics coming through on this beer. And well, I love this beer for so many reasons. I would say Belgian Double's on my Mount Rushmore of my favorite beer styles, just because it's complex and yet it's very approachable and drinkable. It does great on its own. It also pairs very well with food, so it's a very flavorful, versatile style that I enjoy quite a bit. So normally we'd get a much thicker head retention, but again, because this growler's been open, it's a little bit flat, so I don't think that's doing it justice, but it's got a great color. Belgian doubles, they do have a pretty large variety of different malts they put into it. They also use basically dark brown sugar, so you'll get a darker color, and you also get some of that sugary sweetness. And I can already smell in the nose, I'm getting a lot of that malty, bready aromatics, but I'm also getting some of that peppery aromatic that comes from that unique Belgian yeast strain. So enough jibber jabbing. Let's get this guy down the hatch. Cheers. Yeah, there's those great flavors. The spices and the esters of the Belgian yeast. Also, they use some aged hops. So you're getting a little bit of hop character, but it's more of the yeast spice that's coming through. But great balance, because then you've got the maltiness and the breadiness from the complex grain bill, and then getting a little hit of the sweetness from the dark sugars that they add to this beer. It's fantastic. This beer does clock in, I think it's just under 7% ABV. And in the mouthfeel, I get a little bit of just a touch of the heat from the alcohol, which actually kind of helps clean up the palate. So it kind of washes out some of that peppery hoppiness and the spice from the yeast. So start to finish, I'm biased. I love this style, but they nailed it in terms of style recognition. So I can see why it got a silver at the World Beer Cup. So fantastic beer. If you are in the northern suburbs, you get a chance, check out this beer. Or as I mentioned, I am going to post the World Beer Cup link to their site. Check it out. They've got a listing of all the different beers that have won, and maybe there's one in your neck of the woods that you can go check out for yourself. But there you have it. Double Damage Belgian Dubbel from Tonality Brewing Company. Cheers.